Right, Leslie's going to be 10 minutes late.
Okey doke.
And if you want a better view of Leslie and what she's going to show us, you can just go to speaker view.
Great.
What's it called?
Not for you, but
On the top right, you should have the option to do speaker view rather than gallery view.
I see. Right. But I want to see everybody. Yeah. Okay.
You'll still see people.
Why am I not seeing myself now? There we are. Okay. Hello. Are we ready? Am I ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
Wait,
So
can
hi.
put it on- you can put it on speaker view and can see all the faces below if you want to. So
Mhm.
then you have just, okay.
For me, I can see I can see 9 people, and then I have to shift it to see another. I'm on an iPad, so I don't know if that's why. But in either case. So hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Uribe, and my husband is Alex, and we live in Peekskill. We've been here for about 5 years, and before that, we were in Cold Spring for about 25 years. Alex is a sculptor. I'm a painter, only oil paint, and you'll see that more to come on that note. Anyway, some of you may know me from the art salon gatherings that I collaborated with Robin and hosted at my house. So you may have been at some of those gatherings. I know some of you have been. I also have a picture framing business called Side Door Framing. You may know me from there. I don't know, you may know me from, I've been selling real estate for 30 years, so you might know me from there. I actually consider myself a real estate therapist, not really a real estate agent. So everyone sort of introduced themselves, which was going to be the next phase, but
We switched order.
So that's okay. I'll figure that out. What I really want to start by saying is I think that artists are really brave. I think that that's just the most important thing. I think all of our work, whether it's music, you know, whether you're a chef, whether you're whatever it is you do, it's like you're sharing your diary. And I think that that's makes us very brave people. So that's kind of really important to me, for people to know that I recognize that, and that everyone's interpretation of what I might make is going to be different, because it's going to be based on your experiences and your script and your history. So that's why it's this is kind of cool for me to, I always love to hear, you know, feedback and how you interpret it, and that's okay. So anyway, we live, let's go, yeah. My daughter, my sweet daughter, is gonna help me with my camera. So we live in a house that's like our gallery. This is a painting of, I work in series. And I think I need to see what's going on.
Yeah, better.
I work in series, and this is the series called Forever Now. It's all about, I don't plan them in any way. I don't sketch anything ahead of time. They're all basically discovered as I am, you know. Actually, these are all erased. I start with a dark graphite pencil and I erase them. So it's part of the discovery. And then this is also called, this is part of the Forever Now series. What can I say? And then now you're going to start to see another series called Earthscapes. All of my paintings are from my head. They're from my imagination. They're the worlds that I create. They have nothing, you know, they're, what else can I say this? They're my universe that I'm sharing with everybody. I guess that's the way, the best way to say it. They're my universe, and this is what I can share with you that I've created. Let's keep going. So these again are earthscapes that I created, and they're just they're basically from my head. It's whatever comes out in the moment. And I work, actually, this is important, I work in series where I work at least with 3 paintings at the same time. And that way I can use colors in different ways in different paintings and with a lot of immediate results. I don't know, I'm not saying this right. Anyway, okay, so let's go upstairs. So these again are, we're gonna just go upstairs. This is part of my Forever Now series, which is again, all about being in front of a canvas and figuring it out as I go along in the now. It's my way of kind of being honest with everything by not having chosen what I'm, you know, I don't do sketches. I just let each line impact the next. I left my water downstairs and I'm dying. So, what is this next? So one of the things about this series that I think is really interesting is it proves my theory that paintings should be seen or can be seen in every angle. And that kind of makes them, you know, they're so, they change, the dynamics of them change so much.
That's interesting. Leslie, do you think that's at all influenced by living with a sculptor?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. There was a time when I actually, these series got generated because of some drawings I started doing of Alex's infinity sculpture. And then I morphed into making my own infinities and my own, but it was generated from his original from his sculpture, for sure. So now we're on the 3rd floor of my house and we're almost in my studio. So this is sort of a gallery hallway. These are old, older series of sort of galaxy or you know, cosmic or galaxy spaces that I created. Where'd we go? That's all right. Keep going with this. Let's go into my studio. So now we're in my studio, and these are again part of that Earthscape series. But let me show you what I'm working on as we speak. So this is a series I'm doing right now. It's called Before the Storm. And like I said, I put up at least three canvases that I paint on at the same time. And so that's what you're seeing is these three works. Now go to the next big one. So that's the third. Go a little closer.
And those were based on photographs originally, isn't that right, Leslie? Unlike the rest of your.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that after you see them. Sort of thought I'd let you see them first. So yeah, Denise knows my history a little bit. My husband and I, we were in North Carolina, the Outer Banks, just before a hurricane in September, this past September. Not this, 2019. And I took these photographs of, you know, the ocean and the energy. And this is what churned out of me from that energy. What else? Okay. All right, so that gives you a kind of a tour of my work in the that's like the last 5 years of work, I would say, with the Forever Now series and the painting and the Earth series, the last 3 years, I would say. So. Thanks, sweetie. I know. So Before the Storm is a series that, you know, I really never anticipated doing, but I just am so attracted. You know, I'm a Cancer by astronomy, and so I'm so attracted to the ocean, and I'm not, you know, I had no idea that those being there was going to just generate this kind of, you know, energy from me. So that's basically who I am or what I do. Anyone have any questions?
That was great. I loved it.
I think
I really enjoyed seeing your work. It's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
My work speaks better than I do, I would say. I'm not the actress to go along with it. Yes, hi.
Hi. First of all, your work is incredible. It's really
Thank you.
energy and it's just, I look forward to seeing it in person. The first ones that you showed, I think they were over the fireplace. I think
yes,
they're called
Forever Now.
Forever Now.
Yep.
You said that you put black down and then you erased it. Are those paintings or were those paintings or drawings?
The ones that you're talking about over the fireplace were paintings.
They were. So what
yeah.
did? So what you?
A lot of oil sticks, and then a lot of scraping away. But the smaller black ones were graphite that I put on. As is this. This is basically
on canvas. Did you put it on canvas?
I did. I put this on canvas.
You put graphite on canvas.
And then I erased into it.
Okay. Okay.
That's what. Actually, how do I do this? Hang on. I had a camera person before. How do I flip the screen?
So there should be, on your iPad, there's,
There we
when
go.
you open, yeah.
There we go. So yeah, so this is another one of those that were on canvas. It's pretty big. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet. And I erase the graphite and that's what I come up with.
Okay, so your ground is all graphite and then you lift the graphite up.
With an eraser, with a,
When you're
sorry?
when you're finished with it, do you seal it? Do you seal it with something?
No, I don't.
You
I
don't.
actually don't. No, I take it. It wears with age. But this is also a really good example of a painting. How it, when you turn it, how different it is, and yet so cool the way the energy is so different, and yet it's the same damn painting.
Square format.
I was always told that if your painting works in 4 directions, then you're not far off.
So your infinity work, your In Me Forever Now work, is that basically in black and white, or is there any tones of color, any color in there?
Here,
And
let me do a screen share.
I saw one on the hallway that might have had a little bit of color in it.
Let me do a screen sharing so I can show you actual photos of this, so you can, hang on, give me 2 seconds. Vanessa was supposed to take care of this before she left my room here. Hang on.
I just think I saw maybe 1 or 2 that had, I didn't know if you mixed like a ultramarine blue or something with it. If it was pure black or if it was a blue black. That's what I was wondering.
It's a pure black, and then there's also blue blacks that I
Okay.
certainly use.
Okay, because I thought I saw some blue blacks in some of them. And I didn't know. Yeah, so you have both. You have some with all black and some with,
I need
yeah,
you.
both.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this so.
That's okay. No, that's all right. You answered my question. It's fine. I didn't know if I saw 2. I just want to know if I saw 2 different things, and I did. I saw them all in black and white, and I saw some with a blue.
Some with colors, with very mild colors.
Yes,
Very,
yes. So I did see both. I just didn't know. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, I love that series. I think that series is very exciting. To me, it amazes me that how strong it is. How you just go right to it, and there it is. It's just really phenomenal.
Leslie, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Some of them you said had oil sticks. There were graphite and oil sticks.
Yes, I'm going to put here. Can you see these now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, I think that's what you were talking about. Is there more color?
Right.
And yeah. So some of them are big and have limited color.
Now, is that an oil stick right there?
Yep, oil stick. Yep, exactly.
What kind of oil sticks are you using? What brand?
They're pretty good. Let me see. I'll tell you.
R&N? Is it that real slimy one?
Sennelier. They're called Sennelier. They're French.
Oh, are they very smooth?
What'd you say?
Is it smooth? It looks like it's very smooth.
No, it leaves a good. I mean, it definitely leaves a layer of. In fact, the one thing that's a bummer is that they never really dry.
Yeah, they don't dry that well. Do you ever put turpentine on it or turpentine?
You can, yes, you can. Yep. Yep. So then this is the graphite ones that are on. Some of them are on. Some of them are on paper. Some of them, excuse me, are on canvas. This one's called the Kiss. Just that one little spot where it's kissing that line. And one of the interesting things I think about these is that they led me to be able to paint these waves. I learned about tunnels, and I learned about,
Oh, right.
layers, and that's the one I turned for you before. Oh, this one I worked on for about 3 minutes, and my husband came up and said, "Don't touch that." So I didn't. Okay, so then these are my landscapes, but that came from my head. These are my color palettes. This is the same painting. It was, I just photographed it as I did it. Same painting. This one changed a lot in between its final version, which is this.
And you don't go outside and study nature at all. You just paint it.
Not at all. I mean, I go outside and study nature when I'm in nature, walking around or but no, I don't do.
You photograph it?
Nope, nope. These are not from photographs. These are strictly from me in front of a canvas. I don't sketch ahead of time. I don't think ahead of time. All I do is put up like at least 3 or so blank canvases, all the same size. I kind of know if I'm going to paint trees or water, or it just depends. And I just paint. And it's all about being in front of my canvas, making decisions, like totally in the now. That's my. Oh, so this is the same painting in 2 phases. This is the final phase. Tell me if I'm going too fast or slow. These are, I have to say, the one artist that, or one of the painters that has always, I've been so enamored with, is Wolf Kahn. And
Yes, he's good.
I will confess that he has totally influenced me.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's, now how do I get back to seeing you? I have no idea.
Stop screen sharing.
I don't know how to stop screen sharing. Fuck, excuse me. Vanessa!
It's right at the bottom.
Shit.
There may be an option on top. View
Yeah,
option.
there's an option. Mine is on the bottom.
You
Right.
did it.
It's in the green box.
Oh, maybe we've just taken over.
It doesn't say that anywhere.
But you're not screen sharing anymore.
Oh, I'm
did
not?
it. You did it.
I did it?
We're seeing each other now.
I can't see you guys. Where are you? Oops. I don't, sweetheart, please just help me with this. This is so stupid. I don't know how to do it. Where am I? Ah, there I am. Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not my forte. Anyway, so that's me. That's my diary. Hi, Felice. What were you wanting to say something? Wait, you're on mute. You're still on mute.
No, I'm fascinated with the fact that it comes from your head. And that you can capture so much depth and movement in your work. It's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I think that we, like I said, it's becomes a visual diary. I think that's what we all make, whether you're a musician, it's your visual diary, whether you're an actor, whether you're a chef, it's your diary that you're putting out. That's your vocabulary. And so that's, yep. Hi, I can't, Arts, Robin.
I,
Hi.
your series are all so different, but I feel this strong, like negative, positive awareness. That's this presence that's really drawing me into them. So I really enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you. I really believe that actually, I'm going to read something, but I really believe it's because I don't try and plan anything. I really want to be here and now. And that's the truth. Like, it creates a truth. It creates some kind of truth. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'd actually say, Leslie, in response to, I don't think it comes from your head so much. I think they're very instinctive. There's like this real depth of who you are being poured into it. And that's not really cerebral.
You're right, for sure. It's both, I guess. It's
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I think it's wonderful, Leslie, because I used to be very realistic, because from printmaking I came to, but I went back to painting, and I felt I was so, because in a woodcut you draw your drawing and then you cut it. It seems like it's a process. So I was so sick of myself and my processes that I saw this movie of Jackson Pollock, and I saw him dripping around, and it was so fantastic. I said, this is what I want to do. So I bought all this rags, not rags, like drop cloths. And I started to just do the same. I bought buckets of house paint. And it looked like, of course, like I'm copying Pollock, and I was. But with time, it suddenly became my own thing. And then the old me came back into it, but it never was as tight anymore as I was before. There was, for me, a huge change. And I love Jackson Pollock now. he really made me drop something.
Yeah, I feel like
my point was, what I want to compliment you on, I see in your painting is an incredible looseness, a spontaneity, which I think is wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I'm the blind leading the blind. I'm blind, and yet that every stroke, every movement, or every line influences, that's I'm not saying anything new, I guess.
Oh yes, you say something new, it's what comes from you is always new, right?
There's a show at the Katona Museum right now of Japanese.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's phenomenal. And there's a piece there that reminds me a lot of your, I gotta memorize what this series is called, Forever Now series. Do you know what I'm talking about, Robin?
Yes, I have a photo of it, actually.
Yeah, it twists and turns like that. Maybe if you go online, if you can't get to the Katona Museum, you definitely should see this piece. It's really, if only you could have millions of dollars to buy it and put it with your work, it would, it is your work. It's the most amazing thing.
It is a beautiful piece.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for,
it has a
so,
lot.
Leslie, I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was,
But it's a wonderful show.
Yeah, it's a great, and same with your water series. It reminds me of some of the pottery that's in there too, Robin. Also, some of the wabi-sabi pottery that the white has.
Oh yeah.
So it has a lot of mystical feeling. Your work. It has a lot of spiritual and as just deep. Your being now is being expressed in your work. It really is. That being now that you said is really part, you can see it in your work.
Is the museum open? Can you go in? The Katona Museum, can you go inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they have, you can buy tickets, and in fact, the 10 o'clock time slot They have the fewest number, that's for people who are at higher risk, and they admit fewer people then. 10 or 11, do you remember, Rick? Which did we do? I think it was the 10 o'clock. It'll say it on the website, but we went to the early one so that there would be, and there were maybe 2 other people in the museum, plus the staff.
I think the show's there till January.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's impressive, very impressive. You can't believe some of the pieces are out of ceramics.
So can you see, am I doing screen sharing?
No,
Yeah, you can go back on. You still have the ability to.
I thought okay.
Click on share screen.
It's, you know what, I'm not going to bother. It's just too complicated. It's not working. I'm not getting to share the screen I want to share. Anyway.
you said you wanted to read something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could read what I wrote and what I intended to say. I don't know, should I do that? I mean, I have this whole thing sort of written out and I didn't really say any of it. So, okay, I started by saying artists are brave. That's true. Like that, I think is something that we could talk about, like, and not even, I don't have to read anything else. But we share our vision and we expose ourselves to interpretation that's, no matter how clear we think we are, you know, whether you're a poet or a musician or whatever, or a painter, it's always interpreted differently. It's never going to be interpreted the way you intended it because everyone brings their own vision. And so I think that makes artwork that's why I want my artwork to have the freedom it has. I don't know if I'm making that make sense, but yeah, it's my diary. So this is my diary. I'm sharing and I think that's what makes us so brave when we share our artwork. We're sharing our diary. You know, my diary is brushstroke and your diary is pottery, Robin, and you know, everyone's diary is different, but you know, it's all okay. Like everyone's vocabulary is okay to share, but it's hard. It's not easy. I told you guys I never, what's that?
I have found that what I put in my work a lot of times is subconscious, and I don't realize it's in there until I hear from people who have seen my work and they tell me what they see and I say, oh my God, it is there.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it's so nice to hear how people interpret it, because it's going to always be interpreted differently from what you may have intended, or, you know, you can't even fathom how many ways there is. Everybody, it's almost like you paint one painting and then it turns into a million different paintings depending on how many viewers you have, you know, like, it's kind of crazy.
Part of the magic.
Anyway, so, a lot of it has to do with trust, I think. Also, for me, I've learned to trust my paintings or my vocabulary, I guess it's better to say. And since I trust it, I don't have to sketch it ahead of time, or, you know, I'm just inspired. I may have a vague idea, but a professor of mine once made us close our eyes after looking at this nude model and do a drawing. I'm sure other people, maybe you guys have done this. I swear to God, it was the best drawing I did, like that, you know, ever, because it was so real. It was so true to whatever I remembered. So I kind of think that was a big learning thing for me when I was first starting to learn about artwork. I was at American University in Washington, and I transferred to Cooper Union. That's where Alex and I met. Alex, you guys probably know, some of you know, he's Joanne. Well, you all, a lot of you know him, his sculpture, but we're very influenced by each other, that's for sure. So I want to just, I guess I'm just sharing stuff with you. I don't know if you mind, but there's been many women who have told me I have a very laissez-faire attitude in life. And I think that my artwork has that kind of attitude. And I actually went online this afternoon and I asked Siri what laissez-faire means. And I had to write it down because I would never remembered it. So it's a policy or attitude of letting things take their own course without interfering. And so I think that's what my paintings do. They have somewhat of a laissez-faire progression, I guess. And that's basically, let's see. Ocean. I think I said this, but that Forever Now series really, really helped me with this wave series. I mean, like profoundly, I don't think I could have done it without that. Oh, did I? I don't think I, oh, I need to screen share. Vanessa! I swear to God, I don't know where she puts this stuff on my computer. All right, well.
It should be on the bottom.
It's not where I need it to be.
Leslie, is there a reason why you use oils?
Yes. I find acrylics to feel like I used acrylics once 30 years ago and it felt like plastic. Okay. And so I never used it again. I actually, and this is just a little history. When I was at Cooper, my father's best friend was an importer of French paint, Sennelier paint. And so I used to get it as if it was, you know, like bubble gum from him. Like he would just toss it at me. And I would get boxes of 3 of the same color. And it was, you know, just beautiful oil paints. So that's why I never did anything, except for I love graphite. I love powdered graphite and erasing it. That's one of my favorite things to do, but it's really messy after a while. So, does anyone have any other questions?
You were going to try and show us something, but you can't.
I know, I can't believe this. This is so ridiculous. Photos. She made a whole folder for me. I should be able to just frickin' find it.
Weren't they in the same folder? I thought I saw you're talking about the paintings in your studio, the waves?
Yeah.
And I thought I saw them at the kind of top of that folder when you were showing us the others.
All at the very top?
Yeah.
Oops, now it. Hang on. Vanessa!
I wish I had a Vanessa.
It's a good name to yell.
Yeah. Hey, come here, Vanessa! Vanessa, please! That's what I'll scream at my computer. Vanessa, come on!
Is that what you want to show us?
Can you access the search function? Because sometimes if you can search for it.
I go into photos. I should be able to find this simple
Folder.
folder that is
Open the
called,
folder you had open previously.
that's what I'm looking for.
Go to your desktop or iPad top, whatever it is that you're working on.
That's not what seems to,
Is that Vanessa?
yeah, she's not answering her phone.
Edie will sing us a song while we're waiting.
I would love to, but I gotta go. So Leslie, I want you, when next time I see you, I want you to show me what you're gonna show everybody when you find it. And it was a really, oh, did you find
Oh,
it?
wow.
That's not it.
Edie,
I love that.
Wow.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to send the recording around to people.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you. Leslie, that's really powerful.
Thank you, but I have to not, all I hit was one photo. I should have all.
Now, was that one oils or graphite?
That was oil.
Oil stick? Did you use the oil stick?
Not terribly thick.
No, stick.
Stick, no, not stick. No stick. That's not stick.
The thick stick.
Sorry.
I just don't understand how this could be so hard. And she's not here.
That's what we all understand, how it could be so hard.
Computers could become black holes because you
But
just
here it is. Whew, fuck, excuse me. I have to check every one of them. Hang on, let me just.
it's
I'm almost
obvious
there.
she doesn't teach.
What'd you say? What'd you?
It's obvious that you're not teaching because you have to learn. When I first started teaching, and I'm talking many years ago, I had to learn a new vocabulary. Oh, there we are.
Wow.
Okay, that's the photograph I took. This is the one series that I worked with real nature. I could not have, I just could, I couldn't recreate anything as beautiful as that. So I had to use that as my inspiration and how to, and the geometry that I did with Forever Now work really taught me how to make these motions. And so, yeah, that's the photo I took for that. This is the photo of this. And then this is a smaller painting, and it's a close-up of one portion of the painting. Oh, okay. And then this I thought would be interesting. This is my process. I take pictures as I go along. So this is this painting, and this is like the first session with it. And that's this second or third. I don't know how many.
Wow.
And that's believe me, there's lots in between that and these, but anyway, and then this is another painting, a close-up of this wave. And this is a close-up of this is a close-up of this wave. And then these are the, like I said, I couldn't have done the waves without learning this stuff. And I had no idea that this was teaching me anything for the future. I just was, exploring it kind of, but now looking back, it's clearly, I could never have done, this without understanding that,
Mhm.
So there we go. So that's me.
This has been fabulous. I shouldn't share the recording because those people who weren't here tonight don't deserve to see it. But I will. I'll share it, and then you can share it with people, Leslie. So that's
I just want to say one thing to Leslie is, you know, I was reflecting on your talking about laissez-faire, and it seems to me that you're talking much more than that in terms of being present, just being present, which, and I don't mean to minimize it, if anything.
No, no, that's why I think that the Forever Now title is so clear. Like, that is what I want to be, forever in the now forever. Now is forever. That's basically the truth. Like, it's only now, nothing else, you know.
And talk about bravery, which you started speaking about. That's extremely brave to be willing to do that.
To do what? What do you mean? What's that?
Be in the moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
And to commit without having it all planned out. Right.
Yeah, because if you have it planned out, then you're
not in the moment.
You're not in the moment. You're trying to recreate something that you know, it's kind of like, it's like, you know, anticipating things. You know how we all get so like, we anticipate the future, like what if he won kind of thing, that like the anticipation is, and it's never exactly accurate. That's for sure. So.
But one of the things that as you are in the now working, I think you're also trusting your process. You know, besides being in the now, you're also trusting your process. As you even mentioned that word trust. And I think, but you also are bringing all your experiences and your feelings and your knowledge to that now.
Sure, you can't erase it. That's part of your script.
But your wave paintings, that's because of all that work you had done before, helped you bring it to the now, you know, that new work now. So, you know, it isn't just one being now, it's like your circle, like you did, that whole thing that you did, it all is intertwined, you know, with that mysterious.
It's so true. I mean, that's the energy we all put out there. It's all intertwined. We can't really fake that, and we can't deny that. And, you know, it's everyone's vocabulary and interpretation, or their history that they bring to the whatever, your paintings, your music, or just their own vocabulary is
right.
What was how was I going to finish that sentence? It's just acceptable, I guess, is basically everything is, you know, everyone's interpretation needs to be acceptable.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, this was fabulous, Leslie. Thank you so much. You know, every time we do one of these, I feel like I just, you know, we get this whole other level of people we've met socially or whatever, and it's just really a wonderful experience. So
cool. Yeah, no, this was great for me.
I feel inspired.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. So those wave paintings started in September 2019, and they all got painted, and then COVID hit. And they all got painted between September and February. And once COVID hit, and I have not been up to my studio in 6 months, 7 months. My studio, and I believe that everyone goes dormant in different times of the year. Like sometimes you just don't paint for a while, but man, COVID just stopped me from painting. But thank you for, I know I had committed to doing this a long time ago, and it helped me get back into my studio. So that was
really good.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So thank you. That was helpful.
I don't think it was COVID. I think it was climbing those stairs.
Actually, I'm totally wrong. That what happens is it gets so freaking hot up here because the heat rises, and it's like you can't even. No, that's just an excuse. It's bullshit. I don't know what the.
You
I
know,
think that and our and you know and I won't even that and DT between
Oh,
COVID
God.
and it was just I couldn't even I don't know I couldn't bring myself to being here and now. I felt like maybe I felt like that was too I don't know I was scared to leave the rest of the I don't know what it was. It's bizarre, but I'm glad to be back.
Robin, we could have a very interesting roundtable discussion about how COVID has affected us as artists,
Yeah, we
That's a good
could.
our
idea.
work.
Yeah.
That I know I'm in a group of women artists, and for the first couple of months, no one was able to work except the two people who had to because they had a show coming.
It's interesting. See, the first few months, that's all I did. And then I had an accident. And I haven't been able to work since July.
Uh,
So,
about-
January.
what did you what's that?
But
How did it affect everybody else? Like, did you work? Did you not work? Was it more? Was it less?
No, I'm thinking that that could be, instead of a studio visit, we could have that as a roundtable.
do that. We can see if people are interested in doing one of those. I mean, we don't have, we only have 2 more scheduled right now. So for the near future,
Good idea. That would be fun.
it would be. I mean, part of us expressing that was, well, that was the last show, but that was through art, not talking about the whole experiential thing.
Right. Also, that was at the beginning of lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
What is happening now that this is normal?
Right.
And it looks like it's going to go back, lockdown is going to go back to being normal again.
Yep.
The statistics are horrendous in New York.
Yeah.
Well, in Westchester County too, yeah.
All over. Yeah, Putnam too.
I'm going to say goodnight. Good night.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your time.
Thank you.
Leslie.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
You very much.
So I want to say 2 things to everybody, business. One is,
Thank
Inez is our next studio artist. I hope everyone will join us for that on December 3rd. And I will figure out a backup plan in case my internet goes down again. She was very patient with me for our screw up over here. The other thing is, you should have all gotten today an email from me. We are planning a virtual fine art show that will be on our website. And it would be great to get a lot of participation. There's not a whole lot of effort on the part, you need to submit a few images and if there's something you'd like to say about each, and we will put the show up and it'll be on the website for about a month. And hopefully if this is good, we will do it again.
Did you send it out today?
I did. The e-blast went out today. Now, I know when I get e-blasts, I have to check my spam folder. They don't always come into my regular email box. So if you look at all mail, you should see it.
Got it.
I also posted it. I had MailChimp share it to the Facebook page, and I put it up on the PAA website. There are 3 ways you can access the information.
Okay. Thank you.
If somebody wants to be a member, can they be a member and show also?
Yes, they have to join.
They could join, but they could and then show. Okay.
Robin,
Yeah.
I wanted to suggest something. I'm in another group, what we do there, I really think it's great. We do like, every time it meets once a month like we do here, and they have a presentation of some artist like today, but only for a certain amount of time, 15 to 20 minutes, that's it. And afterwards, we have a discussion on some subject matter which is chosen by the artist who presents it. Or anyone else, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's what they do.
Which place is this?
Pardon?
Which place is this that you're talking
Now,
about?
this is also, it's called Art Woman, and Bibiana organizes that from the Hammond Museum. It's a wonderful group.
Okay.
If anyone wants to join, it's a wonderful group. And the other thing, I don't know if you all know from the Hammond Museum, if you become a member.
Yeah, I did join.
Yeah,
Which-
because
Which museum?
Jana really does so much for the members. They do this wonderful virtual shows for them. And I think it's incredible what they do. And they have openings, but it's all virtual because you have to pay the membership and then you can show every month if you want to. in
If
the
you're
virtual-
accepted, you're not necessarily accepted.
Yeah, I wasn't my first round, so.
No,
I
but usually she will accept.
I haven't
you.
done it this month.
Yeah, but she will accept you at some months. It's, I think the reason why she doesn't accept is mainly because sometimes they only can take so many because I think
Well,
the
and it has to work as a body of work too.
it has to work. And the webmaster said he can't take more than that, and that is partly also because of the whole thing. And then her husband, Frank, he writes those beautiful essays. I don't know if you saw them. By the way, I will be in December in one of the essays. It's really nice. It's on the Hammond website. But I think it's worthwhile becoming a member, in my opinion. It's like they do a lot for their members, and I think it's wonderful, really wonderful. So anyhow.
Robin, you know what would be helpful is if you could send me a group email that has everybody who was here today so that we can talk to each other as, or send people, like if you could send that to me, or I could remind you and ask you some kind of group email.
Okay, everyone here has to tell me they're comfortable with their emails being shared.
A-okay.
Fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, yeah, I don't like to share people's personal information without knowing it's okay.
Okay, cool. I kind of meant everyone who came tonight. I don't know if that matters, but.
I was thinking that's what you wanted because we're going to be talking about what happened tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, I can stop recording too, so, right?
Right, yes.